and we're going to be looking at different papers. And I'm starting with Premium Times. And boldly on the page, you have Africa needs tenfold increase in, and that's according to AF. Kimumi Adesina, I think, is rounding off, and sooner or later there's going to be an election to bring in a new person. Catholic Church elects new pope. The long-awaited new pope is finally unveiled. Pope Leo the 14th. Okay, and then we have Nigeria's defense minister speaks on use of drones by Boko Haram. If the Nigerian army as freely as they do. Okay, Senate passes remaining tax reform bills. Senate passes remaining tax reform bills. And then we have a one-time richest man in the world, Bill Gates, saying, I will give away all my wealth in the next 20 years. I will give away all my wealth in the next 20 years. While our Nigerian and African politicians are grabbing and grabbing someone who was once the richest man in the world is saying he will give out all he has. Okay, difference in perspectives. Okay, appeal court dismisses suit challenging Governor Ayedatiwa's election. Okay, IMF speaks on Nigeria's COVID loan repayment, outstanding charges. I think this is what commending the president for clearing, the debt. Thanks to the president. Okay, right here we also have Tinubu asks Senate to confirm nominees for regional development commissions, of course, so that they can take off. Okay, ABGA has adopted Tinubu as the party's 2027 presidential candidate. Okay, Robert Prevost becomes the first American pope and takes name Leo the 14th. Okay, alleged sexual harassment. I will not step down. Akpabio tells critics, okay, you will not step down because it doesn't appear you're a man of honor. Whether you are guilty or not, the honorable thing to do when accused is to step down and allow investigation to go on. All right. Foreign headers behind attacks on Plateau, Benue communities. That's coming from the defense headquarters. Whether they are foreign or they are locals, something must be done. And it doesn't appear that much has been done to stem the tide of the killing. Okay. Tinubu requests for land in Anambra to build own retirement home. It sounds funny, isn't it? Okay. Okay. Gates Foundation to over 20 years on healthcare, poverty, and eradication. Like him or hate him, he has given to the world more than the world has given to him. Okay, quickly, let's move over to Daily Post and find out what headlines are trending on Daily Post. Sexual harassment. I was never going to step down as Senate President, Akpabio declares. Okay, let me not worry so much about that. New government house threat to OT's life will be converted to hotel, and that's commissioner. New government house threat to OT's life will be converted to hotel. Okay, it appears Abia doesn't have a befitting government house, and now they are saying it is a threat to Oti's life. Okay, state visit. Give me land in Anambra for my retirement home. Tinubu to Soludo. Okay, we choose to live in Anambra than in Lagos or Abuja or any other place. We also have Tinubu joins the world leaders to congratulate Pope Leo the 14th. Okay, and still on Daily Post. What more do we have? Communication Minister urges farmers to embrace AI to boost food production. Give them fertilizers first. And Lagos government marks 39 buildings for demolition, issues quit notices. PDP to appeal ruling as court sets aside ward local congresses in Abia. PDP to appeal ruling as court sets aside ward local government congresses in Abia. Okay, Labour Party, Ogun Obedience, won against hijack and reject parallel leadership. Okay, and then we have INEC saying we're yet to make decisions on Labour Party and PDP disagreements. We're yet to make decisions on Labour Party. I hope the decision making doesn't take forever. Focus on people's anger, not coalition ahead of 2027. Adebayo tells Tinubu, focus on people's anger, not coalition, ahead of 2027. Adebayo, that's the presidential candidate of the SDP in the last election. Resolve Labour Party crisis before attacking leaders. Akpabio blasts P2B, as both of them cannot happen simultaneously. Okay, Ibazu's former chief press secretary resigns from road project. Okay, um, and then we have body of missing man found floating in Oshun River. Okay, who is he and who killed him? Let's look out for more headlines right here on Daily Post. But it appears we're done. Let's quickly switch over to Vanguard. All right, on Vanguard, we have some quite interesting headlines here. 2027, this quiet as AMGA, Saludo adopt Tinubu. Well, this is not the first time it has happened, but then it appears that's the way to go. Sometimes, if you want a second tenure, you've got to play the game. All right, and then we have withdrawal of Niger troops from MNJTF's trigger for ISWAP and Boko Haram resurgence in the northeast. And by the way, the Niger troops have done quite a lot to stem the tide of insurgency around that corridor. And then we have a court upholds the Order of Benin resolution of community land disputes. Tinubu Trump Obi hail provost on emergence of as Pope. Okay. Meet America's Robert Francis Prevost, first American chosen as a new Pope. Okay, that's history made right there. And economic reforms not to punish Nigerians, but to avert collapse, says Tinubu. Economic reforms not to punish Nigerians, but to avert collapse, says Tinubu. Okay, and here we also have Labour Party NEC suspends Abure Farouk for 6 months. Is it going to stand or are they going to repeal it? And then we have Anambra youths hail Tinubu and say, "Now our papa be this." Anambra youths hail Tinubu, "Now our papa be this." Amgara adopts Tinubu for 2027 presidential election. And then there's a question here. Is PDP still Atiku's best bet for his presidential dream? Or has the dream died? Okay. Masari, Marwa, other Buhari loyalists back Tinubu to remain in APC. Okay. Emergence of Pope Leo XIV, profound blessing to the world. And that His Excellency Peter will be speaking. Local government areas to AISA account, says EFCC witness. Okay, that's the much we have from Vanguard. Okay, right here we also have alleged terrorism. Court admits videos of Kano's Radio Biafra broadcast. Okay, and let's check out the Sun lastly before we go for a short commercial break. And right here we have foreign headers behind attacks on communities. The big question is, and so what? It doesn't matter where the headers are from. You need to protect the people from the headers. Okay, Nigeria has repaid $3.4 billion COVID-19 loan, and that's coming from IMF. Nigeria has repaid it, and I think that's kudos to the presidency. So apart from just borrowing, they're also repaying. Some other people will keep servicing the debt, but now I think that's prudence, economic prudence. Okay, and then we have Tinubu, Kefas, Carlo Obi join world leaders to celebrate a new pope. Okay, Tinubu in Anambra declares support for Soludo's re-election. Okay, after all, that's what it is all about, re-election. Okay, PDP chides APC for celebrating Edo Speaker's defection and debunks claim of defection of local government chairman. Akpabio hits P2B, fix Labour Party issues before proffering solutions to Nigeria's problem. INEC yet to decide on Labour Party PDP leadership disagreements. That's Yakubu right there. And then more PDP reps join APC. All right, that's the much we can take. I'll go for a short break. And when I return, let's open up a talk line so you two can have a say. Stay with me.
If person ask you, say, what be the game where they totori you pass? You go tell them, say now. Better know all the time. Never tell yourself, make you follow, join for your phone.